You know, this is the last time I'm going to do this. It keeps not working out. Last night at the Oscars, well, fuck. This was the first year I didn't watch. Maybe I should have watched this year. I just was so bored with the whole idea, and I knew there'd be Trump jokes. And I'm tired of Trump jokes. I think they should just get him out of there. He's not funny. He's not funny. He's a threat. They should get him out of there. Impeach, impeach. But I didn't watch. I was working in my office, which is next door to where my husband's watching TV. And all of a sudden I hear, "Ah, no," and ha ha ha, and then it sort of noises of, oh God, like, upset, upset. More. And I thought, oh, is he watching a game? At this hour? He can't be watching a game. What, did the cat do something? So I run next door and say, what happened? He said, you're not going to believe this. And he showed me a replay. I think it was on the news, he was watching it. People dithering around and not being able to believe what had just happened. As if the Oscars were just infallible. Well, the wrong winner was announced. I think you all know that by now. La La Land was announced when the real winner was Moonlight. Moonlight being a sort of more poetic, sensitive, a little more marginalized film, a little more low budget, a little more human as far as I can tell. I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it now. A lot of people are going to see it now. It's not La La Land's fault. It's got to be the Academy. Somebody slipped up. In the simple act of handing somebody an envelope, Warren Beatty was handed the wrong one. Obviously, that's what happened. I don't know what else it could have been. Warren Beatty afterwards, after Faye Dunaway is the one who read the wrong winner, he said, well, Emma Stone's name was on it as Best Actress. And it was. For La La Land. Now, if Warren Beatty looked at the card and realized it had Emma Stone Best Actress written on it, he would not read it. He hummed and he hawed and he shuffled his feet. And people began to titter because they were, uncomfortable. Why doesn't he read it? It's the best picture. It's a highlight of the evening. So finally Faye Dunaway says, oh, come on. She makes light of it. Quit kidding around. And I think he handed it to her and she said, La La Land, in a glib voice. Great. It's settled. And the whole cast and crew and everybody, producers, directors, they all come stampeding up to the front and they're giving their acceptance speeches, which is what makes it really excruciating, Here they are, thanking mom and their hamster and their agent, everybody. And then commotion breaks out. Somebody's saying, wait a minute, there's a problem. Now, when I tried to figure out through reading accounts, and I went to sites like the New York Times and the Washington Post, the Globe and Mail, I went to sources that I thought were reputable, and the garbled mess that I read, each was a different account of who said what. It was a stagehand. Well, how would they know? There's two people in the world who know the answers in advance. There are two people from Price Waterhouse, which is, God knows what that is. And we don't give a fuck what Price Waterhouse is, except two people or one. There are these briefcases. And it took a while for people to figure out there's two sets of cards, envelopes. Emma Stone was saying, well, I had my card the whole time. I don't know. I don't want to start anything, but conspiracy. Practical joke. Warren Beatty could have said, can we go to commercial? It was just so strange, and there's any number of places where it just seemed like there were slip-ups. I guess the bottom line is it was just the wrong card. And that happened with Miss Universe too, although, who's the guy? It was Steve somebody. He read it and then he got the blame. It wasn't his fault. They handed him the wrong envelope. We tend to blame whoever's to hand, whoever's there. Well, you were there. We got to blame somebody in this era of blame. But what I find most distressing of all is the way it was covered. I know it was written on the fly. I know that these reporters, I guess, for once in their lives were trying to write something. Most of it was wrong or so mixed up. I could not understand. The sentences went on and there were subordinate clauses from some other sentence. was just weird. You know, don't you guys know how to write? Put a sentence together. If it had been a national emergency, and who knows, that may happen too, this is treated like one because of the money involved. This was not a national emergency. This was a stupid happening at the Oscars. Vain, shallow, silly people with too much money. Too much time in their hands. The thing I object to most isn't who's to blame, is, come on, cover it decently. Tell us what happened. We're still trying to figure that out. But don't say things as if they're facts. Let's not get into that. We could say purportedly, or this is what we think, but none of that was there. This is what happened. Somebody tripped over their shoelace. You know, fell flat on their face. So there's bound to be more about it today, and I'm already sick of it. But I'm just saying, you know, Warren Beatty, if you knew it was the wrong card, why did you just stand there? Why? And then why did you hand it on to Faye Dunaway so it'll be on her head? If it is wrong, which you knew it was. Let her announce it. Man up. You know, say something. Don't read it and say, this isn't right. This isn't right. What? It's like that was unthinkable. They couldn't believe it, so they just didn't act on what they knew was true. That's stupid. Come on, wise up, Academy and everybody else. Deal with reality before it's too late.